We wheel them and we turn them and we rock them and we sound them and we tempo them and laughs the rhythm sweet.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Riddim Suite. I'm your host Felicia Renee, and today we will be nyamming with Krystal Tomlinson. So welcome back guys, we're sitting here with Krystal Tomlinson, who is the host of Nyamming.
Hi!
Welcome!
It's such a coincidence that we're interviewing me over food.
Over food, right?
Wow.
So tell us about Nyammings. What is the show about?
Oh boy, it is a very, very fun show for me because you get to eat and tell people that it's work. So somebody pays you to go into somebody else's home, eat them food, chat about them food, and then you go home and say, I had a full day of work. I love it because, exactly. I love it because it takes me into and across Jamaica. We travel right across the parishes, but I'm also going into people's homes. So if you live on a hillside, if you live in an inner city community, if you live up on the hill in an elaborate mansion, we are in there because we understand that everybody has a story to tell, but not everybody wants to tell you, boy, I was born here and my mother is so-and-so, my father is so-and-so. They can tell you the story through food. So they will make me even a festival and you ask them, who teach you to do that? Boy, my granny. And I grew up with her and I loved her so much, and one of the things she taught me was I must make sure I can cook so no woman can't take step on me. So the first thing she taught me to cook was festival. And they're much more comfortable talking about grandma and mommy over food because that is a segue, and Jamaican people show a lot of our personality in the food. We love spice, we love colorful meals, so not many of us will have guests and cook pasta. Because pasta white, you know, and the sauce is just white. We have to give some rice and peas because the red peas turn all the rice a little bit red. You understand what I mean? Even a Sunday dinner, if you're not getting your lettuce and your tomato on the side, and your steamed fish after having some okra and some crackers and some carrot. So our personality comes out a lot in the food, and so I enjoy meeting people who cook and eat different things, but also express themselves in the kitchen with me. So it's fun.
How did you fall into Nyammings?
Okay, I was in university at the time, and a friend of mine sent me a message on Facebook, and she said, a producer that I know, he's having auditions for a host, and I think you'd be good for it. Please come check it out, X day, X time, X place. And I think it was probably 2 days before the audition, I got the message. I was like, okay, I may miss a class, but all right, I'll go. Who knows? The most you can tell me is that you're boring.
Right.
No, you're not getting work. So he gave me the script and said, okay, we're going to give you 15 minutes to just run through it. When we come back, we wanted to deliver those lines on screen. So he comes back after 15 minutes. I give him back the paper and he said, no man, you don't need it to, keep referencing it. I said, no, I'm fine. I think I've memorized it. And he looks at me strange and says, okay, perhaps in the back of his head going, watch out when you're embarrassed ourselves. Turns the camera on, he says action, and I deliver the full paragraph, smiling, laughing, dropping a joke in the middle of it. And he turns the camera off and just goes, wow. I got a call before the end of the week to say, boy, we want to offer you the work. Can you come? I mean, what's your schedule like? This is what we can afford to pay you right now. Tell us if you want a job. And at the time, Nyammings was just starting out. The equivalent in US, I was probably getting paid maybe $30 an episode when we just started. So I said, sure, I'll take it. We never go on TV yet, right? And you say I go come on the biggest station in Jamaica. Of course, we're gonna do it for free. So we did it and just kind of took off from there. We're very happy that the show has made its way into the diaspora. So Jamaicans who are abroad can again feel that connection with their brothers and sisters at home. And the food, because I know a lot of them miss the food. So we're happy to be able to bring that across borders.
So now, of course, we have to ask how you keep that waistline so in check, eating all of this food.
Hello, I want to tell people that I'm hungry most of the time.
Oh my God.
Nyammings is filmed once a week, right? One meal, one time a week. I've just started to manage my diet properly. So starvation is no longer a part of the routine.
God, I cannot believe that.
And I work out at least 3 times a week. So that keeps me healthy. Not necessarily trying to lose weight, but just to stay healthy and active. But I wish I was eating the Nyammings food every day,
constantly.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. But it's really once a week, so I don't get to pig out as much as it looks in a little half hour.
How would you say that your Jamaican roots have prepared you for this role?
So I started out in primary school doing theatre. Theatre arts and the performing arts is a big thing in Jamaica. Every school have a little drama society that is reciting a Miss Lou poem, that is reciting any big or small bit of work or production. Even when we're telling stories, we have to tell you like say, we are the person. So growing up in Jamaica gave you that habit. Like when you're telling a story, you don't go, the boy was standing here and the girl was, no man, you have to stand up, you're jumping at it. So the boy stand up, yes sir, right? And then the next one stand up over here, so that experience as a child, seeing it on television, going to plays, I said to myself, boy, maybe I want to do some theater. And I did it in 5th form in high school. Happened to get the highest grade in the island for theater arts. And I said, well, maybe television is for me.
Right.
Maybe the stage is for me. And my mother fed that for me and allowed me to just find that part of myself. And I got very comfortable with acting. And because I'm in a culture that doesn't look at you weird for being dramatic and expressive, it allowed me to develop comfortably without any actual formal training. Like I didn't go after high school to do television or media or acting. It is really just the personality that seems to come out well on camera. So I'm glad I don't like it. And I'm glad that I can pay some bills based on my personality.
Of course.
You know?
And then did that lead, of course, into being a beauty queen, which, of course, you guys know.
Yes, that was stage again. I'm not afraid of the stage, not afraid of crowds. So the only thing I had to conquer was the body. So for Miss Jamaica Festival Queen, that was validating my patriotism. How much do I love my country? How much am I willing to serve and speak on behalf of my nation? When I did Miss Jamaica World Now, that I have to admit was a lot more focused on aesthetics, to get my body in shape, to begin paying attention to things like my posture. I pushed myself, got my body in fantastic shape, and entered, made it to top 15. So at the end of the night, Krystal was comfortable and she was happy. I didn't embarrass myself. I made everybody who was supporting me proud, both on and off stage. Hopefully it shows some young women that there is no set model and you can be seen as beautiful by anybody. But most importantly, however you view yourself is going to determine how much you put yourself out there. If you don't think you have a talent, if you don't think you look good, you'll continue to hide yourself behind cloaks and curtains. But I think we all have to understand it. You have to show people say you're beautiful. They might not see it, you know. When I was a child, big eye, big nose, I'm a long and maga, beer teasing. But whenever I looked in the mirror, I was happy with myself. Like me thinks me look like one mugler. So you can't say big eye, long and maga. But and then people have seen a magazine, so big, right? I'm comfortable and I'm confident. So I would want for every woman and man to see that intrinsically you have your beauty. Just let it come out. Just relax and show people your authentic, beautiful self, and they'll receive it.
So guys, that was obviously the motivational speaker side of Krystal coming on. So let's speak on that. You are a motivational speaker. I mean, already I feel so empowered.
My
and
God,
ready to just,
you're
you know.
welcome. You're very welcome.
Tell us about that.
I didn't know there were so many people paying attention. So when somebody invited me to speak somewhere, I would go speak, go home. But I didn't take it to mean that I was really motivating people to go out and push and do more. I realized that it was a calling that I hadn't identified. But boy, if God bless you with people's ears being open to your words, use it to feed them. When you talk to people, give them some nourishment and let them feel that they're better off having spent the precious time that they have with you.
What would you say inspires you or motivates you?
I think just life. Life is its own inspiration. Like I wake up each morning and I'm just grateful to be alive. I have another 24 hours. A lot of people didn't get this 24 that I'm about to get, and I don't want to waste it. If you get a chance to slow down and enjoy that opportunity to be alive, to see another sunrise, to breathe in the air and to look at the people that you love, that I think is motivation enough. Apart from that, it's really my family, primarily my mom. Single mother, raised my brother and I on her own. I don't want to shame her. You know, I don't want to embarrass her. I don't want her to feel like she has not done her part to create a wholesome human being and somebody who can in turn support her and do things for her and just make the investment look like it was worthwhile.
What advice would you give somebody wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Boy, be prepared to work hard. If you have the talent, hone it, encourage it. You might not have a television show to enhance the craft of public speaking. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Always raise your hand in class to try and speak in front of crowds. If there's a church group that performs and dances, be a part of it so you can develop the talent. And just be brave enough to explore the things that you think are your passions. Don't let anybody tell you that it's unreasonable and it can't be done and you don't look the right way and you don't fit the stereotype of the person who does these sort of things. If that's what you want to do, put yourself and your mind to it and you're going to get it done. That is the only way people have ever been able to do great things. One thing I specifically want to say to women though is stop trying to find reasons why you can't. I use the example of my brother. If somebody asked him to come into a room right now and do open heart surgery on somebody, he has no training in medicine, don't understand the first place to cut, but he's gonna say yes. He's gonna take that scalpel, and through trial and error, you might dead, right? But him is going in there to try and perform open heart surgery.
And a woman?
I don't have the training, I don't have the skill, I don't have the experience. Maybe I need to go back to school and get the certificate. Maybe I need a little more time in the job before I take this promotion. Say yes. Learn how to do it while you're doing it. And that's all any of us can do.
Why do you love your job? And there it is.
I mean, it's fun though. It's fun, and to have people, walk up to you on the road and say, boy, I watched the episode every day and I know so the food never tastes good enough. And she said, I'm going to say, what you like? I love those interactions. I really, really love them. So I love the personality that comes through the screens to people that feel like I'm their granddaughter, like I'm their sister, their next door neighbor. So when they see me, it's proper grab and hug up,
Really?
Yeah, man. It's not, hi, Krystal, nice to meet you.
Right.
Chrissy, what's up? And they begin to tell me why they love the show.
Right.
So I like that it's not one of the shows that you watch like it's news.
Right,
You
right.
go so, and you nod, and when it's done, you move on to something else. They enjoy it, and they feel like they know me. And when I meet them, I feel like I know you for like 10 years. So that's what I like about it. It helps me to connect with the Jamaican spirits, like who we are, the nice, warm people that we are, who love to laugh and throw back with head and, crack a joke at that over there, but in good fun. I like that. This is Krystal Tomlinson, the host of Nyamings and the Riddim Suite.
We'll be right back.